In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up KeyAuth in C# Window using username and password. It's really simple. There's not that much to it. I'm going to go through this as fast as I can, but as thoroughly as I can as well. So what you want to do first is create a new form in C#. I'm just going to change a few things of this really quick. I'm going to make sure that it opens center screen, and I'm going to change the back color of it. Good. So what you want to do, come over to your toolbox and you want to grab a label. You want to name the label username, and then you want to come back to your toolbox and you want to grab a text box. I'm going to use a different text box. If you want this, I will leave a link down to the description for this type as well, so you can be fancy, I guess. And actually, okay, I'm going to come to the name of it, and I'm going to name this text box username box. Go ahead, copy the label, paste it, and then I'm going to name this one password box. I'm also going to find use system password characters, so whenever I am putting the password in, it will show stars instead of the actual password. And just go ahead and rename that label to password. You're going to go back to your text box and you're going to grab a button. Name the first one login, and then the other one register. You're also going to grab a checkbox. Checkbox will be used for the remember me function. Real simple. Now what you're going to want to do is right click, come over to add new form, and you're going to do a new form called register form. You can come back to your form 1 and you can basically just copy all this, paste it over here. And we actually need one more button. Highlight that, move this down, and we're going to copy and paste this. We're going to click on this label and we're going to name this label key. Click on here, we're going to name this register, and then the login we're going to do return to login. We actually don't need this checkbox, so we can get rid of that. So now you want to click on the first checkbox, and I'm just going to go ahead and rename this to reg username box. Then I'm going to click on the password box and rename this to reg password box, and then I'm going to click on the key box and call it reg key box. Really simple. So now what you can do is right click, come over to add, and click on class. You're going to want to name this KeyAuth.cs. And then in the description, I will leave a link to the example, or you can also come over to the Discord, also link in the description, click on resources, and you will find my example right here. Once you load up my example, it will look like this. You want to come over, click on KeyAuth Divine, and you want to find KeyAuth.cs. Once you have KeyAuth.cs, you just want to put it inside of a notepad. I'm going to put it in Notepad ++. Then I'm just going to go ahead, copy it, and paste it in here. If you get an error, you want to come over here to line 11, copy this, right click on the name, well, not like that, right click on the name, come down to manage NuGet packages. I want to make sure the package source is set to all, click on browse, and then put that right in there. You want to click on the first one, it should be purple with .NET, click on install, then come click on OK, and then that you accept. All your errors should go away, and then you can go ahead and close out of this, and you can go ahead and close out of KeyAuth.cs. Now to form 1. Inside of the example as well, you're going to find a KeyAuth.mainForm. So you want to make sure that the KeyAuth main form, you just want to go ahead and put that over there, and you will see these 5 lines of code. You can include the region if you want to, but you don't have to include that line or this line. I'm going to go ahead and include them just because it makes the code look a little bit better. Now you're going to double click the form, come right above public and then whatever the name is, and paste that in there. Then you're going to come up here and do using KeyAuth. That should remove any errors that you have. Now what you want to do is click on login, and you want to do if KeyAuth app.login username box.text and password box.text. Then we're going to do message box.show success, or else message box.show failed. Now we're going to do the remember me function. So right click, come down to properties, come over to settings, and we're going to name this rem username and then rem password. We can close out of that because we don't need it anymore. I'm just going to make a little region called remember me in that region, and we're going to do properties.settings.default.rem username is equal to username box.text, and then properties.settings.default.rem password is equal to password box.text, and then properties.settings.default.save. Easy enough. Now we're going to come over here to form 1 load. Again, I'm doing reasons. And you don't have to do regions if you don't want to, but I'm going to. I'm going to do username box.text is equal to properties.settings settings.default.rem username is equal, well, don't need to do that, and then password box.text, is equal to properties.settings.default.rim password box. Then I'm also going to do if username box dot text is, well, not equal to anything, and password box dot text is not equal to anything either. Then we're going to do checkbox dot checked is equal to true. So what this is doing is if there is an input inside of username and password box, then the checkbox will be marked as true, saying that you already are using Remember Me. Pretty simple. So that is all that you need for the login. Actually, you can come click on the register, and you're going to do register form, RF. You can name the RF anything that you want. I'm just putting that there because it stands for register form. And I'm going to do rf.show, and then I want this to hide, so this at hide. And that's pretty simple. Now what you want to do is come over to the website. If you don't have an app already, then it should look something like this. So we're just going to do YouTube testing setup. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to put it right here where it says name. And then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to get the secret. And then I'm going to come back, click top right, go to account settings, owner ID, copy that, and paste that in there. Then I'm going to go ahead and copy all this code, click on the register form design, and then double click it. And then I'm just going to put that right there. And of course, you can't forget to use KeyAuth. We can close out of the login forms because we don't need them right now. We're going to do the return to login first because we're simple. So form 1, f1 equals new form 1, f1.show, and then this.hide. And now for the register, I'm going to do if KeyAuth app.register reg username box.text, reg password box.text, and then reg key box.text. Do message box.show success. And then on success, we want to open up the login form again. Do message box.show failed. So that's all you really need for the register form. You can go ahead and close out of that. And you actually want to go back to your form 1. We're just going to expand this. I'm just going to show you from here. You go ahead and grab a list box. This list box is just going to be the user data. You don't have to put it on the login form. You can do wherever you want to. I'm just going to name it user data box. And then double click the login button. And again, I'm going to make a region called user data. And I'm going to end that region. And I'm going to do user data box dot items dot add, and it's going to be KeyAuth app dot user data, going to be username. Now username may not show, so if username does not show, then all you have to do is this. I'll just call it username 2. And all we're gonna do is just username box.sx. It's, yeah, I know. Go ahead and copy this first line and then paste down here. Next we're going to do expiry. After expiry, we can do key. After key, we can do level. And do note for this one. Then we can remove this, just do KeyAuth app. You do not have to do this if you're giving your application to someone else. If you're just doing this for yourself, then you can do the following. Name, which will be app name. Go ahead, copy that line, paste that. The name, owner ID. Of course, definitely don't want to give this out to anyone, so make sure you're not giving out your owner ID to anyone, or your secret, but owner ID especially. And then the last one would be version. So we can go ahead and we can run that. We're going to go back to our site really quick. I'm going to click on licenses. Then we're going to click on create key. I'm just going to set the expiration as 1. Add. Should be copied to my clipboard. Now this should load. So once you register, my username will be Apple. My password will be sauce. And then my key will be the key. I click on register. Success. Take me back over here. My username was Apple. My password was sauce. I will click on remember me. And then I will click on login. Success. And here's my username. So the first method for username did not work, so you can just go ahead and use the second method. The expiry, the key does not show. The level is set to 0, even though I set it to 1. So this is a known error that we will fix, as well as the note. App name, the owner ID, the secret, and the version. And then we'll just go ahead and run this one more time, just to show you that the remember me function did work. And here you go, the remember me function did work, and the thing was checked. That's all for this video. I hope you did enjoy it. I will be making another video on how to use the variables, the webhooks, and then possibly a C++ new example and tutorial later on. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. All the links that you need will be down in the description. Again, do not forget, like, comment, share, subscribe, and if you're interested in one of the best auth services that there is, I highly recommend using KeyAuth. You just can't go wrong with it. But besides that, hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.